All right, welcome to 1E number 3. So this is the last way of solving a system of equations. This is by elimination. Some of us are really going to like this and others maybe not, but we have the other ways. We have substitution, we have graphing. So there are other ways to give you these to get to the solutions. There are definitely reasons for using elimination over substitution or substitution over elimination. Graphing should not be the only way that you learn, though. That is not going to work every single time. Substitution and elimination will work every single time. All right, our steps: move terms around so each equation like terms lines up, meaning we need to vertically line up our x's, we need to vertically line up our y's, and we need to vertically line up our constants and our equal signs. Well, they're not right now, so we got some work to do. Typically, we get every equation in standard form. So we want x and y terms on one side. That's going to be the easiest. So what I have to do is I'm going to take this bottom equation, and make that a little bigger. Take the bottom equation, and I'm going to change it. I'm going to move the y term. You don't have to do this. This is typically how this is done. I'm going to make the x term first, so negative 9x, and then subtract y. And that equals 8. I'm going to take the top equation. I'm going to write it. So 18x plus 6y equals 24. I'm going to take the bottom equation that I just moved the term around, the negative 9y, and I'm going to write this right below. And you see now our x terms are lined up vertically, our y terms are lined up vertically, our equals are lined up vertically, and our constants are all lined up vertically. That's your first thing. It has to happen for elimination. Now, our next thing for elimination is we need to multiply one of the equations to get the opposite coefficients on the variable terms. So we need to look at 8, like on the x's. How can we multiply one of those to get it to equal the other? We cannot. Or we can. The bottom equation, we can multiply that by 2. That will give you negative 18, and the top is going to be positive 18. Or we could have done with 6y and negative 6y. We could multiply the bottom equation by 6, and then you'll get a positive 6y and a negative 6y. So it does not matter which one you choose. I'm going to go with, let's go with my first. So I'm going to multiply the whole equation by 2. By doing that, that'll give me, so I'm going to write that first, the top equation first. So 18x plus 6y equals 24. By multiplying that 2 in, 2 times negative 9x is a negative 18x. 2 times a negative 1y is a negative 2y. 2 times 8 is 16. And you're like, well, what did you just do there? Well, I multiplied that bottom equation by 2, and what that's going to do is, now what we can do is we are going to add vertically. So you're going to add vertically, and you're like, huh, what's that? So this is like back in the day of adding just up and down. 18x's plus a negative 18x, those get eliminated, hence the name elimination. We eliminate a variable. Now we have 6y plus negative 2y, or 6y minus 2y, and that is 4y. And now we have the last 24 plus 16 is 40. And look, now we're down to a one-step equation. We divide by 4, and you get y equals 10. So we added vertically, and that's actually, I jumped right into step 3, add variables vertically. That's what we did here. So the y equals 10. Now this is just like substitution, where we had the y is going to equal 10. We need to figure out what the x variable is. So now we're going to substitute the found value for the variable in the original equation. You can choose either original. It does not matter which one you choose. I am going to go with, I'll just do the top one because I don't see any negatives, so I'm just going to bring that one. So I'm going to do 18x plus 6y. I'm going to replace the y with a 10 because that's what y equals 10 equals 24. 6 times 10 is 60 equals 24. And we're going to subtract. You have like terms. 18x equals negative 36 divided by 18. And we get x is equal to negative 2. So my coordinate is negative 2, 10. Negative 2, 10. There's my coordinate here. So that's our, if you were to graph this, it would cross at negative 2, 10. All right, number 1. Let's look at what we have here. We do not have our terms lined up. I'm going to try to get it in the top equation in standard form. So our x and y terms on the same side. So I'm going to take that top equation and I'm going to move the y term. So I'm going to subtract 5y. The 8 is positive. And now I'm going to line up my terms vertically. Negative 4x plus 9y. This is the bottom equation. And then I'm going to take the equation I just found and I'm going to light it up vertically. Oh wait, I just did that. We got to switch these around. I want 8x first. X term first. Now, I don't have any variables, coefficients that are opposite. So I need to look at, can I multiply, I'm going to multiply this first equation by 2 to get negative 4 to be negative 8, and I want a positive 8. If I were to choose these other 9 and 5, I would need to multiply the bottom equation by 9 and the top equation by 5 to get 45 and negative 45, which you certainly can do. Just a little more work. I'm going to multiply the top equation by 2. Multiplying that in, I'm going to get negative 8x and 18y equals negative 60. Take the other equation, 8x minus 5y, write it down. That's the equation here. And now we're going to add these vertically because we have opposite terms, a negative 8x and a positive 8x. Negative 8x plus 8x go away. 18y plus negative 5y is 13y. Negative 60 plus negative 18 is a negative 78. I'm going to divide by 13. And I get y equals 6. Negative 6. So there's my y value of the solution. Now I need to substitute back in to get the x value. I don't have a lot of room here, so I'm going to have to squeeze this in. So I'm going to use, it does not matter the equation, I'm going to use that top equation. So that's 8x equals 5 times negative 6 minus 18. So that's negative 30 minus 18. Negative 48 divided by 8 divided by 8. X is going to equal negative 6. All right, number 2. I already have them lined up vertically. I'm actually going to, the easiest thing to do is multiply the top equation by negative 2. You could multiply the top equation by negative 9 and the bottom equation by negative or positive 6. That will give you 54x and negative 54x, so that would work. Instead, I'm going to actually look at the y values. I want to get these opposite because that's the easiest. I'm going to multiply the numerator by negative 2. And what that's going to do is going to give me negative 12, positive 12, Mr. Johnson, positive 12x Negative times a negative is a positive. 10y equals 2. I have a negative 9x minus 10y right down the bottom equation. I'm going to add vertically. So you got 12x plus negative 9x is 3x. 10y plus negative 10y cancel out. 2 plus negative 16 is negative 14. Oh no. That is... Oh, you know what I forgot? That's supposed to be negative. Oh, negative 2 times 1. I hope you're yelling at me. So that's actually negative 18. Whew. We get x equals negative 6. Take that x equals negative 6, and I need to substitute it into one of the problems. I'll just work on the top problem here before I multiply by negative 2. So it's negative 6 times negative 6 minus 5y equals 1. So that's 36 minus 5y equals 1. Divide by negative 5, and 2 negatives divided to be a positive. So my x value is negative 6, my y value is 7. Alright, let's keep working. It's a lot of work for these, but you guys all can do it. I'm going to multiply the bottom equation by, I'm going to eliminate the x's. So I'm going to multiply the bottom equation by negative 4. So the top equation becomes negative 4x minus 12y equals negative 8. Bottom equation, let's write that in green so you can tell the difference. Negative 4 times negative x is a positive 4x. Negative 4 times negative 3 is a positive 12y. And equals a positive 8. Let's add vertically. Negative 4x plus 4x is 0. Negative 12x plus 12y is 0. And that negative 8 plus 8 is 0. Does 0 equal 0? Yeah, it does. Always does. So that's infinite solutions. Zero does equal 0. The variables all went away. All right, number 4. I need to manipulate some equations here. I'm going to add 14y, add 14y. So I have 8x plus 14y equals negative 4. And that top equation, I'm just going to switch them. Hopefully you're okay with that. And I need to look what I need to multiply by. I'm not gonna choose the easiest way here. I'm gonna show that you can multiply multiple problems. I'm gonna end up eliminate the x values because one's positive, one's negative. So I'm gonna multiply the top equation by 5 and the bottom equation by 8. Now I could have multiplied just the bottom equation by negative 2 and that would have eliminated the y's. But by doing this, I'm gonna eliminate the x's. So 5 times 8 is 40x, 5 times 14 is 70y, 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. Bottom equation is negative 40x plus 56y, and that's 161, oh my gosh, too big of a number, 240, 232. Add these vertically. Man, these are some big numbers. 70 plus 56 is 126. Should really have a calculator for this. Divide by 126. The y value is going to be negative 2. Okay. There's my y value. I need to substitute that back into one of the original equations. I'm going to choose the bottom equation just because the x is almost solved for. X is going to equal 3. So my coordinate solution is 3 for the x and the y is negative 2. All right, we're getting there. Number 5. All right, we already have it set up into standard form, both top and bottom. So then I'm going to look at multiplying the top equation by, I'm going to multiply by 4. I'm going to try to eliminate the x terms. 8x minus 12y equals 40. Add these vertically. So our first 8x minus 8x go away. Oh man, those go away too. 0 equals 40 plus negative 24 is 16. Does 0 equal 16? No way. It does not. So this would be a no solution. So anytime the variables, there are no variables left in the problem, it's either an infinite solution or a no solution. Moving on to number 6. I'm going to multiply, I'm going to eliminate the x's, multiply by negative 3. Add vertically, you get 12y plus negative 5y is 7y. 33 plus 30 is 63. Y is going to equal 9. Let's take that and let's move. I'm going to take that bottom equation just because, I don't know, it seems alright. Just numbers. We'll multiply them. Substitute in y equals 9 in for the y. And let's simplify. 5 times 9 is 45. Add 45. Divided by negative 15. X is going to equal negative 5. So the x value is negative 5, the y value is 9. And there we go. There is all of the classwork worked out. Hopefully